3 weeks. That's how long it usually takes to get an internal finance tool built. You submit the request, you explain the problem, someone asks for requirements, someone else asks if it can wait till the next sprint, and before you know it, you just give up and build another spreadsheet workaround to survive. But this morning, I described what I wanted, walked away to make coffee, and came back to a working finance app. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do exactly the same thing. One prompt and your basic working app is ready to go. Now, before we jump in, a quick favor. If you like seeing practical ways to use AI and automation to get through finance work faster, and you want to stop living inside spreadsheets, well then grab my free newsletter called Finance Automation Insider. The link is in the description. Every week I share workflows, tools, and ideas that help people spend less time doing mechanical work and more time being done with work. All right, let's build this thing. So for this demo, I'll be using the F9 Finance Coffee Shop. If you've been following the channel, you've certainly seen this before. This is our coffee shop because I am obsessed with coffee. We have 3 locations. For each store, I have P&L level revenue and expense data. So that's what we're looking at here. We have our sales revenue, our cost of sales, all of our other expense types. We have this for both actuals and budget, and then we have it across our 3 locations. And this is older data from January to June 2023. So all of this is what we'll be using for the financials. Then we also have the POS transaction data coming from each store's point of sale system. So in this, we've got much lower level of detail. You'll see the same 3 locations. You'll see the same transaction date and time range, but you're going to get down to the product detail, the transaction quantity, all of those things that really matter. And we're going to use this across the entire case study. Now, the questions we want to answer are the same ones every finance team asks. Which location is performing best and why? Which projects are driving revenue? Where are expenses eating up margin? And how does all of that roll up into profitability by store? Now, normally answering those questions means exporting data, building spreadsheets, eventually producing some version of a dashboard that everyone asks you to send again next week and the week after. And this can take up a lot of development time, whether you do it yourself or whether you have to explain it to someone else. So instead of that, I'm going to build a small internal finance app that can answer these questions. And I'm going to use a platform called Zite to do it. Now, what Zite does is it lets you describe the business problem and it generates the structure of the app for you. It'll create our data tables, create the pages, give us a starting dashboard, and it can even include built-in login so people can actually use the thing. So instead of dragging interface components around for an hour, I can just describe the business need and refine from there. Now, I do want to mention that Zite is very kindly sponsoring this video, but this is an unbiased review. I am using this tool. I am demoing this tool live for you, working through this use case. And this is a tool that has truly blown me away, and I am excited to share with you. So let's go ahead and log into our Zite account. So here we're opening up Zite. We're opening it up completely clean. And the first thing that's going to come up is this exact place to put a prompt. This is where it all comes from. We're going to put in one prompt and we're going to get the first pass of our functioning app. Now, this is also where we can connect what we need to. We're going to pop in our files here, but let's go ahead and paste in the prompt as the starting point. Now, this prompt is going to describe the coffee shop business. It's going to describe the data we're working with. It's going to tell Zite that we have point of sale transaction data and expenses and that we want to analyze revenue and profitability by location. So let me go ahead and paste in our prompt. All right, here's our prompt pasted in. So to give you the rough structure, I'm explaining the business that I have. So here's the F9 Finance Coffee Shop. Here's the core data structure that we want. Here's our point of sale sales table. By the way, I wrote this entire prompt using ChatGPT. You don't have to do this from the ground up. You could also just type in broadly what you want into Zite, and it's going to give you that framework using its own technology. You don't have to be this specific. I just like giving it a little bit more context. Some of the financial summaries we're looking for, and then what we're wanting, interactive dashboards. And finally, we're going to tell it for user access, I want built-in roles. Here's all the roles I want. So with the prompt in now, for all of the data, we can connect this directly to a bunch of different third-party tools. In this case, I work with Google Sheets, so we're going to go ahead and grab from Google Sheets, and we can pull in all of our data. So now with Google connected, we can simply go down to our connectors. We'll go to Google Sheets. We'll use the connection we've set up. We're going to use an existing sheet. So this will be our F9 Coffee Shop financials. That's got all of our data and our point of sale in it on Google Sheets. There's our existing sheet with 2 sheets, financial and sheet 1. We'll go ahead and save that. So now we've got the prompt, we've got the data, we are ready to build it. So watch what happens when we click the build it button off of this one prompt, and Zite's going to generate the first version of the app for us. So you see it's going right to town. We can actually request changes right in line. As you see on the left, it looks just like the chat interface you're used to working with the Chat GPT or Claude, but the app is being built right in front of our eyes. And as we go back and want to come to refine this, I'm going to show you some really cool ways you can see what's happening behind this. And again, all of this app development is happening without writing a single line of code, but you can track exactly how it's thinking through this building process as it goes. All right, and since our F9 Finance app is almost ready, we are super close to the finished product. It's finishing it right now. I can't wait to see it. All right, so in about 5 minutes, we already have a pretty good working product that normally takes 3 days to 3 weeks to set up. So looking at what Zite did here, it not only built it for us, it also explained what we have. So we've got a dashboard with key profit revenue numbers and 6 charts showing performance. There's a locations page where we can click into any location for a detailed performance breakdown. Man, I've had some people working in Power BI for a week to do this stuff. Transactions and expense pages with filters by location, category, and date, plus a role system that controls what data each person sees. So we can come down here. It looks like we can go owner. Here's what a manager would see, so they can just see maybe one location. And then an analyst could again see just specific parts of this. What I really love about this is I'm starting this off not staring at a blank screen. I've got the structure. Instead of spending half my afternoon describing requirements and setting up the plumbing, I can focus on making sure the tool answers the questions that I and my business partners care about. And by the way, if this kind of thing is interesting to you, go ahead and hit the like button. It helps the video reach more finance people just like you who are probably still stuck rebuilding the same reports every week. Now, the first version is honestly a fantastic starting point. But finance people know the first draft of anything is rarely the final version because somebody along the way will give you feedback. It won't necessarily answer all of the questions. And in this coffee shop case, that's no different. But the really great thing as we work through this tool is it doesn't just give us the dashboard, it shows us the workflow and the mechanics behind it. And it does this in a visual way. So instead of digging through code, the workflow appears like a process map. Now, if you've ever mapped a reporting process or finance workflow, this is going to feel very familiar. You can follow how the data moves through the app and verify the logic. And that's very helpful because as finance people, we love preferring to be able to verify the process over blindly trusting that the machine did everything correctly. So digging through this, you'll see, let's give an example of how do we get the location information. So if I click into locations, I'm going to get the full process map of how this process is running. So we'll see we have the inputs. It's going to go to the Google Sheet to fetch the records. It's going to go to the Google Sheet to fetch all the sales transaction records. Then it's going to say, here's the code. Here's exactly what this code is doing for each financial record with a location account classified as revenue or expenses. And it's going to return revenue mapped and expenses keyed by location. Now, if you enjoy coding, or if you have the time to code, or if you want to show this to IT, all of the code is also up here. So every single thing it's doing when it says code is listed right here off of all the databases that it's built. So everything you could possibly want is here. We could go to get dashboard data. Here's all the information that's going into feed the dashboard. Again, querying from the Google Sheets and the inputs, and then going into code, all of which is right here. But the great thing is right now we don't have to do anything with that. We're going to jump right back into the app and we're going to find a couple of ways to refine the coffee shop model. And we're going to give those changes to Zite in plain language, just like we did with the first prompt. If you're not exactly sure what you want to do in the first place, if you're not exactly sure what you want to do, so you can jump straight into building, but you can also shift the mode. If you want to plan the changes, you can do so here working with Zite. And if you want to chat without editing the app, you can go ahead and do so. So all of those are options for you. So I think the biggest thing, we're just going to dive right into building. But as we refine this, the biggest thing that I want to show you is that we didn't get anything really drilling into the point of sale data. We certainly do have some of our top selling categories right here, but we don't have a tab that would be very helpful for our management teams about how the point of sale data is working, what are the categories, what are the products, what are the winners and losers, things like that. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to just prompt this in. We can do this by dictating. Please add another tab to this app that will let us evaluate the point of sale data to understand winning products, losing products, where we should be spending our time, where we may need to add additional categories, or where we may want to remove additional categories. This will be focused specifically on the point of sale data. but do it in the format that you've built the rest of the tabs of this app. All right, we'll go ahead and check that in. Always faster to talk to AI tools, nice conversation back and forth. There's our prompt. We'll send it away. And again, if we wanted to plan this, we could do that work with Zite to plan it out. I'm just going to show you just how fast this can build. It's going to go in, it's going to do these changes for us, and then we've got our app refined just how we need it. All right, so Zite has worked through everything, and now it is coming back with the changes. So it's saying it added a new products tab where we can dig in. There's ranked tables, there's charts, there's 4 summary cards, and there's a location filter. Let's go ahead to our brand new products tab that just popped in. Here it is. So top performing categories, lowest performing categories, sales volume by day of week, category volume by location, and then category recommendations. So here's things we would consider removing. Here's our star products, and then everything kind of in the middle. Obviously, our coffee categories are our star products. Makes sense. Now let me pause for a second and point something out. This entire build is moving faster than a lot of finance teams move through their first requirements meeting. And that's the real story here. Not that AI is helping us produce a dashboard. The real story is that the distance between a business question and a working tool is getting much shorter. And if you enjoy content like this, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I've got a lot more coming on AI, automation, dashboards, and ways to eliminate the kind of repetitive work that keeps finance teams stuck at their desks. Now, the next step is making sure this is usable. So the great thing is in our first step, we already built in all of the kind of logins and securities we'll want around our financial data. But to get this ready, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and publish this. So we're going to go ahead and publish this. We don't want to share this outside of our organization. Obviously, it's got financial data in it. You could do that if you were working in, with customer service or things like that. You can absolutely do that for financials. We'll publish this internally. All right, we can then, all we need to do is add people with access. So with it published, we can go to share, we can get our link, and then we can show you exactly what this would look like if a user of your company were to come see it. So we'll paste in our link, we'll go to the dashboard clean, not in the building mode, and here is our F9 Finance dashboard tracker, exactly how it appears. I mean, this is like putting together a Tableau dashboard or a Power BI dashboard, except we did it with AI, we did it in just a few minutes, and it took our business requirements and translated them into visualizations and data analysis. Here's everything we built. And again, I'm currently on owner view, but as I add different users to this, as I assign users to this data set, they'll only get the specific access attributed to their owner, manager, or analyst status. Again, it is a fully functioning independent app that we can either, if it's for customers, share outside the company or keep internal, of course, to safeguard our financial data. And now we have something that behaves like a real internal tool. People can log in, they can review store performance, they can explore the data without needing finance to send them another report every time. That removes a surprising amount of friction. I mean, after all, we basically just built our own SaaS product. So what are the big things that changed here? Well, first, the build cycle. Something that might normally take weeks to request, scope, and develop now has a working version in minutes. Second, the repeat work disappears. Instead of exporting POS data, rebuilding the same reports, and formatting dashboards every week, the business now has a centralized tool, and those hours add up. Even saving 2 or 3 hours a week from repetitive reporting can make a big difference over the course of the year. And if leadership comes back and asks for changes, all you have to do is prompt Zite and it will make those changes for you and build it into the structure of the entire dashboard and adjust the code. Now, what impressed me most about this tool, about Zite, is that it actually works as a real tool. This is not a mock-up. The logins are there, the permissions are built in, the data structure exists. So instead of spending days turning a spreadsheet into something your team can actually use, you start much closer to the finish line. I also love being able to see the logic visually. This makes it so easy to verify how the app works without digging through code. Of course, we do have the code. It's all there. You can have it the easy visual way, or you can have the code. You can do this with one prompt, or you can click a button and start editing it yourself. Now, if you want to experiment with building something like this yourself, I'll have a link to Zite down in the description. Again, as I mentioned before, Zite is very kindly sponsoring this video. However, this is a real usage of the tool. They haven't asked me to say anything specific, and I am truly blown away by it. Now, my suggestion as you work with this is simple. Pick a real problem your team deals with and try building a tool around it. A profitability dashboard, a budget planning tool, an expense tracker, whatever actually saves you time. The biggest shift here isn't just about one demo. It's about building internal finance tools is getting easier and faster. This means fewer spreadsheet workarounds, fewer manual reporting cycles, And the most important part is a shorter path from the business questions that matter to a system that answers it. And for finance teams, that's a big deal because every hour you remove from repetitive work is an hour you get back. Now, if you want to keep going on this topic, then you're going to want to check out my video on how to build autonomous AI agents that can do multiple steps of a process for you. I'm going to put the link to that video right up here. Again, if you enjoyed this, you don't want to miss seeing how AI agents can take your workflow to the next level. I'll catch you over there. Until then, this is Mike signing off from F9 Finance. Cheers.